Okay, the audio should be synced. Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about three different tier of budget beater knives. So a beater knife is basically just any knife that you would use essentially for any task. You know, you just don't really care about it that much, or you're not worried about it. It's not astronomically priced, you know. It's just a good all-around beater knife. You know, you just use it for whatever you want, whenever you want. You don't care about it. You could use it as a screwdriver if you don't care that much. You know, twist a flathead screw, whatever, chip it, dull it, whatever. That said, I've got three different tiers. Like I mentioned, I got the budget knives, three options in the budget knives, one mid-tier option, and then one high-end option. Then I'm going to discuss which one I think would be, you know, the best thing to get if you're looking for a good beater knife, or maybe your next knife and you're interested in looking at these knives and checking which one you might get. You know, maybe not to use as a beater, but the purpose of this video is for a beater knife. Like I said, that said, you could just pick up one of these knives if you just find one interesting. So I think I'm going to discuss the budget ones first, and then we'll work our way up. So the first one I'm going to discuss is this one. So this is the Kershaw 1170 method folder, and all the budget options, including this one, because we're starting with budget, they're all made out of 8CR13 MOV steel. So that's the cheapest steel that you, or probably the most commonly found steel you'll find in budget knives, mainly due to how inexpensive it is. This knife, the reason why I chose to showcase this one is because the price is very inexpensive. It fluctuates. It's about $40, $50. It depends really where you look. I'll put the price in Canadian and American over here somewhere. But yeah, this one, I mean, I've seen this on the Reddit EDC page quite a bit, but people just forget the name because it's called the 1170 method folder. Just, I don't know why it couldn't have been a simpler name like others on this list over here, but that's what it is. So yeah, this is what the blade looks like. The only differentiating factor from the budget knives would be what style of knife you prefer, really. So I would say it fits pretty decent in the hand. It's not too big. Mechanism is very satisfying to open. So give you a little sound of the click. It's very sturdy, you know. There is a little wiggle room in the blade, but not as much. For a budget knife, it doesn't move all that much. I don't know if it's gonna focus. It's probably gonna stay focused on my face. But yeah, it opens. It's sturdy. And yeah, that's all I have to say. It's a liner lock, like actually all of them on here are a liner lock. So you just push the little tab and then it closes and you're good. So that's this one. The blade shape, or the overall shape of the knife, you get a very aggressive look, I would say. It flows perfectly. Why is this not focusing? Come on. There we go. It's a very aggressive shape, flows really nice. It's just an overall nice knife. So I think for a beater knife, this is the one I use the most, mainly because it's inexpensive and it's very comfortable to hold. So that's the first Kershaw. And when I think of Kershaw, I usually think of budget knives. Maybe it's just because all the knives I bought from them are inexpensive ones, but I think from what I've seen of people setting up an EDC, I've seen a lot of people use Kershaw as their budget knife maker of choice. So yeah, that's mainly why there's three Kershaws to choose from in the budget ones. Next one is this one. This is the Kershaw Shuffle 1, which I would not recommend getting. That said, if you like the look of this one, if you just overall enjoy this one more than the others, get it. But I can't flip this one open. See, it gets stuck. It's very hard. And I had two of these. One of them I took apart and used the blade for something, for a custom knife. But both of them are like this. It's very stiff. I have to open it by just moving the blade up instead of flicking it up. And I'd like to mention real quick, there's a cloud passing by. That's why the frame just got a whole lot darker, particularly the background, but hopefully the cloud gets out of the way. Yeah, anyways, that said, this one I would not recommend unless you really enjoy the blade style. If you're looking at a Kershaw Shuffle, if you want the small form factor, as you can see, it's a little bit smaller than the 1170 than this one. It is a little bit wider, it's a little bit shorter. I would say it fits in your pocket. Maybe a little bit easier depending on the size of your pocket. But anyways, the next one is the Kershaw Shuffle 2. Now, if you're looking for a shuffle, I would recommend this one over the Kershaw 1, which you just saw. Mainly because of the mechanism. It's just a higher quality knife overall. And this one can actually be flipped open because the mechanism works properly. There we go. Of course, different blade shape. And yeah, it clicks. There's a more satisfying click. That's open and then closing it. You hear the click as well, whereas the Shuffle 1, see, it's not even clicking open now. Clicks open. It feels very clunky to use this one. Again, if you like this one, get it. Background's backlit. Cloud got out of the way. Good heavens. So yeah, those are the budget options. I believe the Kershaw Shuffle 1 and 2 are the same price. Again, it depends on which dealer you buy from. If you buy directly from Kershaw's website, I'm not sure if they have sales. I usually buy from separate knife stores, so it really just depends where you buy it, if they're having a sale. I'll leave some links if I can find to possibly Blade HQ, which is I'm sure where a lot of you get your knives from. So, next one up, how should I hold this one? Let's hold it like this. The next one up is the Civivi Little Fiend. Now, I messed up when I posted this one to Instagram. I called it the Little Friend because the website I bought it from listed it as the Little Friend. Only the gray one, though. It's very odd that they named it that. It was a typo, but you know, it's still not fixed. I looked on the site and it still wasn't fixed. Anyways, this is the Little Friend by Civivi Knives. Gorgeous blade. It's a little bit dirty there. Let's fix that. Let's see if we can clean that up. Did it clean it? Not really. I think that's a little bit of glue from tape from a box. Anyways, yeah, this is the Civivi Little Fiend. It's a great looking knife. I don't really have any complaints for this knife other than when you close it, the hole in the middle gets blocked by the little handle ridge over here. A little detail, but mechanism is super smooth. Closing it super smooth. There's no blade wobble, you know, the blade's perfectly straight down the middle. There's a little sound test for you. This one, this blade, let me look at the knife, my little notes here. This one's made of D2 steel. So this is a very popular steel for, I would say, low budget, low end to mid tier knives. What I consider this one a mid tier knife mainly because of the build quality. It's a little bit more expensive than this one, the 1170 method folder by Kershaw. But I'm really impressed with Civivi. That's why I had to include it in the mid tier. I have another one. It's slightly more expensive than this one, but it's also a lot bigger. So it's more of like, I would not consider that a beater knife, mainly because it's just so big to hold. I find it more comfortable to hold like a smaller knife like this. What is this, like 3 inches, 3-inch blade, 3.5. A lot easier to maneuver. I really like this knife. This is probably one of my favorite knives, and I don't know what else to say about this. It's just the mechanism smooth, it's straight, build quality's great, good steel, and good price. So that's the mid tier. Now we're gonna move on to the higher tiers. This one is the only price that I actually remembered. These knives I didn't remember, but this one I remembered for sure. This one's about $200. I got it on sale. I've seen these go on sale quite a bit. This is the SpyderCo Para 3. This one, you've probably seen it. It's very popular. I mean, you've definitely seen these knives somewhere, even if you're not in the knife community, the EDC community. This one's made of CPM S30V steel. Higher end steel. Why is this not focusing? Higher end steel, way better, but you're paying the premium price tag, you know? There we go, finally. Very good build quality, very satisfying mechanism. Of course, wow, it did not open there. I guess we gotta put some oil into the pivot screw. Anyways, yeah, I like the locking mechanism on this because it's in the back. It's probably focusing on my eyeball. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this to focus. It's right here. See that little metal thing? You push down on that and it releases the blade. Again, I need to put some oil in it. As you can see, the blade didn't really drop down. I gotta jiggle it a bit. We're gonna do a sound test. I gotta clean this thing, but there we go. It's a very premium knife. This is, if you're new to the knife community, this is a SpyderCo Para 3 or a Para 2 they're like one of the most recognized knives in the industry, I guess, in the market, in the community, along with the Benchmade Bug Out, which I gotta get my hands on a mini because they just restocked. So that's gonna be a future video. Anyways, I sharpened this one on the regular. These I don't really sharpen. I've only ever sharpened, besides the SpyderCo, I've only ever sharpened this one. As you can see, this one I use as a beater a lot, since I hardly talked about the Shuffle. If you're looking for a budget knife, if you're looking to spend the minimum amount of money possible on a beater knife, or any knife for that matter, this might be one of your best options for the least amount of money. Anyways, back to this one. This one is if you wanna buy the best possible knife. Whoops. This one's if you want to buy the best possible knife that'll last you a long time, that'll be good for everything, that you could sharpen over and over again. And yeah, really no complaints with this one. That's the SpyderCo Para 2. Back to this one though. Back to the Civivi Little Fiend. I would say this would be the one to get. Personally, if you're not looking to spend that much money but still get a really awesome knife, I'd go with this one because it's a good balance between price and quality. I think that anybody would really be happy with this knife. It's just, I mean, look at this. Look at the visuals of it. This looks like a high-end knife. Personally, that's what I think. I think if you're looking to get just a good overall knife, good quality. Why is this? This light is really starting to piss me off. Anyways, okay, the video's gonna end here because I've been just dragging it along. If you're looking for a good balance between price, quality, and looks, I would say, yeah, I think this would be the one to get. I'll leave links in the bio to all these knives, all the names of these knives at least. If you've been interested in any one of these, pick them up. Again, I want to put a disclaimer on this one. Not very satisfied with this at all. I've had two, and both mechanisms were a little bit stiff, so that might just be a design flaw with it. So keep that in mind. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.